Let's begin with a practice round. Here's the first message. A hunter has to be strong, but strength alone does not make a hunter. I'll agree with that. Alec, do you remember the message? Yes. What? Show me the message. What does it say? Let me see. Idiots, if I showed you, what would be the point? Oh. Yeah, I guess. I will tell the message to the person on the left only. They must relay it to the person on the right. Whisper, do not let others hear. Do you understand? Yes. Well, what should I do? I have nobody next to me. Good question. You're the goal. You announce the message you told everyone. Or you're told to everyone. Understood. Sounds easy. Alright, Alec, let's do it. Okay. Ready? The message is... I've got it. Good, let's begin. It's gonna be a minigame. Yeah? Whisper, whisper. I got it. Alec, go ahead and ask him. Alright. Tell us what the message is. The message is... If the hunter was not greedy, he wouldn't make any enemies. Huh? If he wasn't greedy, no enemies? How could the message have gotten that messed up? Who got it wrong? It must be you. It wasn't me. Coach, what happened? You have experienced the reality of this business. Humans can make mistakes. I mean, yeah, obviously. I'm beginning to understand the difficulties of training young recruits. Let's cast this result aside and start over. This time, I want you all to speak each word clearly as you tell your neighbor. Alec will judge whether the part of the phrase spoken is correct. Oh my word. Press O button or do nothing when the phrase is correct. I should have known there'd be a minigame. Press X if it's wrong. You circle for... That's easy. O for correct, X for incorrect. If X is pressed, the wrong word or words will be corrected. When the last word is sent to the last person, if the message is correct, the exercise will be a success. Yeah, okay. Here's a little advice before we continue. If the word or words are wrong and you press O, that wrong word will be sent to the next person. If the word or words are correct, you press the X button. Trainee will lose trust. If you lose trust of the same trainee 3 times, the trainee will quit. If no buttons are pressed, the trainee will assume the phrase is correct and continue. Wait. Start over? Unclear? If word or words are wrong, you press O. That wrong word will be sent to the next person. If the word or words are correct, you press X. Okay. Trainee will lose trust. Got it. Okay, clear. I don't care if I fail this. Alright, this last part will deal with judging message accuracy. Trainees might change the order of the words slightly. That just means they are putting the message in their own words. As long as the gist is correct, the small changes are acceptable. This is the trickiest aspect of the training exercise. No, just do it. Like if I fail, whatever. Message is: hunter has to be strong, but strength alone does not make hunter. So we have to go with that phrase, but it could be paraphrased. Right. Must be wrong. Wait. But what is... This is... dude. I give... Whatever. That was dumb. Alec, I'm surprised you're a failure. With mistakes like these, the students will never trust you. I know, I'm sorry. You tried. The job was a failure. Try harder. Yeah, whatever. Goodbye. That was stupid. I'm going to go now. I'll send the guild chief back. Yeah. Turns out Arctolad 3 struck with another pointless and bad minigame. Guild Chief, I heard the story. Good results. Afraid not. Can't say I'm disappointed. Whatever. I don't care. Yep, failure. Also, I guess good luck, like, 100%ing the game. I assume 100%ing means, like... clearing all the jobs, not just doing them. So, like, good luck 100%ing the game without a guide, because there was, like, a job or two I feel like you would not be able to, like, clear successfully without any kind of guide, so... already seems like to truly 100%, which is getting the highest hunter rank, you probably just, like, are better off using a guide, because without it, like, doing it blind, forget it. Also, let alone that the game is not going to really remind you for small windows if there's a job available, that's on you. Chat, give me a second. I have to really quickly send a message. Alright. I don't know where the game's main story missions are gonna be. Or maybe I just need to do one more job. Maybe I can't do another. Maybe it has to be 2 jobs to move on the game. This part of the game is going to be very annoying because, like, I'm specifically not doing all the jobs anymore. It's just going to be a lot of back and forth. Bum. Guild. Down here, I think. This is the guild, I think. Bum. Oh, do you have a job? Hunter Alec, right? I have some information for you. Please follow me. Alright, well, I just went to Testa. Guildmaster sent word that you're wanted in Paltos. You need to follow up in the guild there. Understood. We'll head there right away. Okay. I had to go to another guild to have them tell me to go back to Paltos? Really? Whatever you say, game. Oh my word, jumped all the way to 85? Stuffed monster toys that were sold in the bazaar have increased in number while in the storeroom. Now, didn't have a client of an Octolad 2 character? I don't care. Do not care. Honestly, part of me is like not even gonna do any jobs, period. Because it's just so much back and forth. I could just use a guide and be like, oh, which ones are available where, but I don't think I'll be able to tell the clients from a guide. I have to actually go to the guild to see who the client is. I don't want to just do any job. I feel like for a game like this, where the job system is mostly the story in the game, you really should have an easier way to track your jobs, or just let me accept more jobs. They really should have increased the amount I can accept. At least 5. 5 would have been a big enough difference, I think. It worked for Octolad 2 because there were only 58 jobs and they were side quests, but this game has like twice as many. Being able to only accept 3 jobs is just kind of lame. Elnan. Who is Elnan again? I don't know who it is, so I don't care. I don't remember, at least. They must have not had a good impact. Yeah, it seems like Arctolad 3 just kind of focused way too much on, like, little jobs and NPCs and humor, which, even if they were good, if they were actually, like, good jobs, which most of them aren't that good, they're just, like, not that interesting. If they were actually good jobs, the game would still not be great, but they would definitely be better. But, like, even what the game focused on is not even that exciting. I was kind of looking for more, like, focus on, like, the actual plot. Arctolad 2 needed a sequel, I think. Like, I don't want to say Arctolad 2 never should have got a sequel, because if it never got a sequel, then the ending for it would have been, like, awful. It set itself up for a sequel. But they didn't really do much in terms of the plot, which is very unfortunate. Truth about the Academy? Morza, who is compiling information. I might do this one because it involves the Academy. Yeah, I'll do this one. This job, like, seems mildly interesting. After this, I'm probably just gonna go to Paltos, though. I'm just, like, gonna play under the assumption we're not finishing before Persona 3, but, like, we could be, like, a stream or two away by the time it releases. Which, that'll be enough. Because now I know the main story, we're, like, really close. So if I really wanted to, I can just, like, play through the game and finish it. And not focus on side jobs. Hello, I've come regarding a request you placed at the guild. Oh, Alec, glad that you were the one that got it. That request said something about compiling a record of the Academy. What'd you mean? Well, I thought it would be nice if someone were to gather a history book of sorts on the Academy. Unlike you, most people here don't have the benefit of traveling the world and seeing their things firsthand. So I wanted them to know about the Academy and especially know how dangerous they are. Ah, I see. Well, we've been following the Academy very closely, so I'm sure we can help. Contributing to a document like that would be an honor. What would you like us to do specifically? It's quite simple, actually. You won't have to leave this room. In our research, we learned most of the important things about the Academy dealings. We just need you to verify some points that are a bit muddy. So I'll ask some questions and you give the answers. Simple as that. Alright. Okay, then here's the first point. Our research says the Hunter Alec met an academist for the first time at Corellia Pass. Yeah, that was Sharon. Wow, that's impressively detailed research. So, it's correct. Yeah. The part we're not certain of is where you need the help. Who was the academist you met? No need to rush the answer. It was Sharon, wasn't it? A wrong response would be worse than a slow one. Take your time, try to remember where your companions help. When you have the answer, come to me. This is gonna be a recollection of, like, all the Academy meetings. This is actually kind of neat. My brother knew the professor. Perhaps he's the one you met. I remember being saved by a it was Sharon, wasn't it? It was definitely Sharon, because she had an FMV and everything. Yes. Alright, then I'll ask the question, you give the answer. Who was it you met? Definitely not the professor. We met the professor, like, later in the game. Definitely. So it was Sharon. Interesting. Well, that means the record of the event would read like this. This job is actually pretty neat. Yep, this was it. Let's get out of here. Forget it. We have to get through somehow. But these flesh filters just keep coming. We can't defeat them in waves like this. You're right, of course we best. Why am I gonna read this? I read this before. I'm sure this is exactly the same. I'm honestly just gonna, like, keep it there for old time's sake, but, like, I'm not gonna read it again. Especially when I have to do enough reading for the game. I'm like fairly certain this is the exact dialogue they used. Come on, you gotta tell us. It's my fault, blah blah blah. Machine was developed to control monster actions. I learned the ropes. It feels weird if I don't read it. It's just too quiet. That's kind of why I always read dialogue. For that, I apologize. Apologize, nothing. Yeah. Bobs. They are research tools, not for sale. Who are you? I'm Sharon, scientist from the Academy, blah blah blah. Organization dedicated to discovering, recovering world. Power of science, blah blah blah. Science is so amazing, dude. Let's return to my research. Sorry to cause you trouble. Feels weird if I don't read it. Which is kind of why I've always adopted the system of reading my dialogue in my commentary runs. I know some people don't read the dialogue, which is fair, but I just personally do, because first of all, people read at different lengths, and second of all, it feels too weird if I don't. Focus, we have to rescue Theo! Oh, good times. This is when we didn't even have Theo in the party. And this is all dialogue I have to read again. It all makes sense. Sharon's overconfidence has its roots in that time period. That's approximately the time she began trusting the professor a bit too much. This information will be a great help. Thank you, Alec. No problem. I'm just happy I knew the answer. It's like a test. Alright then, here's another point we need clarified for our document. This is in regard to the water sphere that was stolen from Testa. Ooh, my memory here might be a little wonky. The guild in Testa reported that the sphere was returned largely by your efforts. One point isn't entirely clear though. It said that a hunter of hunters helped you. Oh, well, actually no, this is easy. Who was that? Never mind, this is laughably easy. No, don't blurt something out on the spot. It was Shu, I think. Because obviously Tosh isn't a hunter. A good and accurate document is based on critical analysis and close research. Take your time and give me the answer when you have a correct response. Water sphere, can't really remember anything from that time. Honestly, I really can't either. I feel like the mid-game, like with Testa and everything, is where my memory falls apart. If anything, I'm likely to remember the beginning of the game, and obviously the parts I just passed. But no, I did arrive at a conclusion. I did, though? Elk, dude. Elk. It was Shu. If you know... I could see Tosh being a rookie mistake, but Tosh is not a hunter, so it's definitely Shu. But the edition reads like this. Oh, it's referring to this. This is when Shu, like, turned coat on the Academy, right? Hired than Gizlam to help with the biological specimen. Yeah, I remember this. This is when Shu pulled the old Arc trick from Arc the Lad 2, and he duped them or something. I remember this. This was actually, like, probably, other than Elk's return, this was probably the best moment in the game. If I had to pick one, this was a cool moment. Shu was pretty amazing in this game. Definitely the second best return character was Shu, I think. I do love Shu's theme, though. They literally just replay events from the game, huh? Retreat! After we stop to warn the others. Let's track them down. You take the water sphere back to Testa. Had no choice. Yeah. Look at Tosh and Shu. Great pair. I like them as a pair. Great characters. They had their brotherly relationship in the second game, and it was pretty neat to see them together in this game, too. I out of all the Arc the Lad 3 or Arc the Lad 2 cameos, they handled Tosh and Shu the best. Because they really didn't do much with any of the others. Like Sonya, incredibly wasted. Liza, Shantae, Poco, also incredible. Liza, like, they kind of gave her a little bit of relevance early game, but like, kind of, like, they wasted all of them. They really didn't utilize them all that much. They're just kind of like little cameos. Tosh and Shu, they actually made like somewhat relevant to the story. And I guess Elk now. Elk just came too late.